Well, welcome very much to Border County, USA, episode 31 already. Like I said, probably at the end of the year here, we're going to wrap it up for season 1 and plan out a lot of great shows for season 2. We're not really sure when season 2 begins. It'll probably be after a hospital stay coming up in January, February, or March. We're not really sure yet, but that it will be back up. And I really want to thank all the new viewers. I really hope you're enjoying this as I showcase Cochise County, Santa Cruz County, Pima County, Yuma County, and hopefully in the future, just a couple miles south of here, Sonora. And I really like the efforts they're making with the Arizona-Mexico Commission here. Some representatives from the county just spent a couple days down in Hermosillo, which is the capital. It's about a 5-hour drive from what Amanda Bailey says. I really got to get down there sometime. I really want to just improve the tourism possibilities between the border county up here and the border county called Sonora down there. And that would really be great. And I've heard a lot of very positive reviews from people who have driven that road down there to try to get to Hermosillo from here. And you just got to get your ducks in a row with the State Department and Customs and Border Patrol. And from what I hear, it's actually a pretty pleasant drive. So I really want to try to find a way to fit that in 2019. Today, you can see there's a couple clouds out here, and that may or may not interfere with what I'm trying to do here. But I'm going to take you now to the Patterson Observatory. It's actually located on Cochise College campus. And that campus is actually where they also house the U.S.A. Astronomy Club, which I've been a member of for a couple years. And they'll bring in some interesting guests. You know, I've seen really famous planetary scientists there, astronomers, even Mr. Sostak, I think his name is Seth, who I met down at Space Fest down in Tucson a couple years ago. Recently did something down there for the U.S.A. Astronomy Club, and I missed it. I wish they'd be on Facebook more because I'm really missing their meetings a lot. However, that's my fault. But I'm going to get down there, pay this year's dues. And the one thing I want to tell you about this county, which I really haven't talked about much yet, is it is prime real estate in America for astronomy. And what I mean by that is there's no real light pollution out here. You just get a couple miles out of town, and you think you're looking. Actually, it's better than looking out at the stars from the space station. It's like maybe looking at the stars from a spacesuit outside the space station, from what I hear from Nicole Stott and others who've been there. So, really great place here for astronomy. You look at a map that has light pollution, you know, one of those U.S. maps, and you're going to see this area down here is completely dark. And that's great. So this is the place really to do astronomy. And I really hope you guys have a good time visiting down here, especially if you're into astronomy. I'm telling you, you can see sometimes there's so many stars in the sky that even a bright constellation like the Big Dipper or Orion, you have to really search hard for it because there's just so many stars around it. It's really hard to spot. It's that good. And you can see planets really well here, things like that. So that'll do it. And we'll get you up to the Patterson Observatory right now. Okay, guys, for the U.S.A. Astronomy Club, I really hope you guys come. All I can tell you right now is it's Friday nights between 7 p.m. and 9 p.m. And for you Navy guys, that's 1900 to 2100. And for your Army guys, that's 1900 hours to 2100 hours. Ted's a really good treasurer. There's a really good group of leadership here. And like I said, they really bring in some great guests. So what you do is you show up here, just look up their website. It's called U.S.A. Astronomy Club. You can find them real easy on Facebook. Just Google that on Facebook and you'll find it. Or I guess I should say search on Facebook and you'll find it. Get their meeting times, get in contact with them. It's a really great pastime of mine since I've been into space forever. Saw 38 shuttle launches and know a lot of the astronauts and stuff. So many of them who walked on the moon, many of them shuttle astronauts. And so space has always been my gig. And if you are a space nut, you got to come out here in Cochise County. Even Tucson has too many city lights to really see the stars real well. You can go up to like Mount Lemmon, maybe on a moonless night and see some good stuff. But nothing beats out here. So the Astronomy Club meets right here at the Student Union at Cochise College. And now we're going to take you over to the Patterson Observatory. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is the Patterson Observatory. Actually, there's stairs that take you up there to where the telescope is. It's a 20-inch telescope. Right now it's closed because it is daytime. At the astronomy club, they'll also have like an open house where people can just come in and see the stars with this. This thing can really see really well on the moon. You actually think you're there. Seen really close shots of Saturn and Jupiter and that kind of thing. They'll also get globular clusters, open clusters. Really cool stuff up there. So we're actually east of the Student Union. Just go by Groth Hall. There's parking down there. Come on down here when they have the open house. And we get people from New Mexico and Phoenix and all sorts of places down here for that. So that is your Patterson Observatory. And like I said, Ted has a computer that right over here in this corner that guides the telescope and keeps track on the sky as it turns. And so gets really good focus and a really good lock on whatever object they're looking at. And you can also come by through the back door, which is right here. Like I said, it's all locked up during the day. The University of Arizona also has a South campus down here, and I always regret not bringing my ASU sweater down whenever I'm here. But it's pretty small. They actually, Cochise College is the big one here. They also have a campus out in Douglas. So really growing community school. It's like a 2-year college, I think, here. But it's a lot cheaper than going to U.A. for 4 years. So once again, this is the last month before the city council takes over, the new 3 members. And it's kind of funny watching the Facebook of Carolyn Humphrey especially. She has all sorts of people who are already trying to use her power to make her neighbors do stuff and to keep her neighbors from making her do them do stuff. So it's got to be fun for Carolyn. I know she's pretty forceful in explaining what she believes in, so she's not going to fall for it, but it's just funny watching people try. It really is. Well, it never fails. The lawnmower comes through just when I'm filming. The battery's low. This camera's great. I got it for like a dime on a dollar, a penny on a dime. Really great camera. It's refurbished and it's really great. The one thing I need to mention is that this will be a very short episode 31. And right now, I don't know what to tell you about this guy coming up here. Except he's pretty loud. We're going to be back on Sunday night with episode 32. We should be back on track for my hospital stay when I got behind. So we'll catch up on Sunday. I'll be down in Tucson on Wednesday. And we'll hopefully get the charger in the mail. I had to order through Amazon today or tomorrow. God bless.